Hi guys, thank you for joining me here again at Leaping Lotus Tarot. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Please only take the messages that resonate for you, leave what doesn't for somebody else. I'm diving in today with the Antique Anatomy Tarot book, or tarot deck, which actually is really fitting because I'm currently in chiropractic school. So let's start off, actually, I changed my mind. I was going to start with the tarot, but I've got this oracle deck here called the Audacity deck. So let's actually start real quick before we dive into the tarot. Let's see if there's any general messages that we can start off with. Please keep in mind masculine and feminine energies are interchangeable. Okay, we have the bottle and we have perseverance. Okay, so this could be, I could take this quite literally in the sense that maybe somebody is trying to conceive, somebody is trying to get pregnant, maybe they're going through like the IVF system, or they know somebody who's going through that. That could be somebody. Let me get a card for somebody that maybe isn't going through that. Let's get something else for the listeners that may not be resonating. And if that's you, this is awesome. This is obviously a reading, so please stay tuned. But I'm going to kind of break this reading probably into a couple different little aspects. Okay, this is a lot of cards. So we're just going to grab these three. Oh, we've got the burned bridge. We've got the cold shoulder. And we've got the tower. So a lot of change happening for somebody. If this is all the same for somebody, this could be somebody who actually maybe just got pregnant and informed their partner, and the partner is maybe not on board, or it was an unexpected pregnancy and this is not something that they're interested in, or maybe you both as a couple decided that you were going to not have children, and then this came along and it's throwing a big old monkey wrench into everything. But since we have the perseverance card, it kind of is telling me that like you're gonna stick with it, or if you're trying to make a decision about whether you want to stick with it, I think that you will. And then also the tower is just like your life's getting uprooted, everything is changing. And then we do have that burned bridge. So like people are leaving, or if this is not having to do anything with fertility, right? If this could be completely about you birthing a new aspect of yourself, you could be embodying new traits, new habits, new patterns, new hobbies in your life that may not be conducive to the people around you. And that might be what this burned bridge is, or the cold shoulder, is that what you're doing is this new version of yourself is not benefiting other people, and so it's kind of causing a big uproot in your life, or it's causing them to kind of separate from you, or you separate from them. Okay, so with that, let's take those messages. Take a deep breath for me, please. It helps set the intention for the reading, helps me deliver the message to the people who really need to hear it. We have the Six of Rods, but it did come out in reverse. Got sunflower imagery here. Six of Rods, Six of Wands. That's that card can talk about pride. It can talk about ego. It can talk about championing oneself. So ego doesn't have to be a bad thing in this sense. This could just be like, you know what? Well, it is in reverse. So this could be the other person. If this was a person that's trying to give you the cold shoulder, leave the situation, their ego could be bruised in some way, or your ego could be bruised because of like the behavior. Six of Coins, another six card, and this is balance. So kind of even with that perseverance card, no matter what challenge you're going through, no matter what new life journey that you're trying to embark on, this is a call to balance. It's a call to equal give and take. So if there's people in your life that are not, if they find that you're not serving them in the way that you used to, then this is an opportunity for you to kind of do the same for yourself. Don't overgive to a situation or try to make amends or make peace with something that isn't gonna serve you in the same way. So that's the advice there. Tell me more about this situation. I got one card out. Tell me more about this situation so I can get a little more specific to somebody. We have the Five of Rods. So that's a little bit of a practicing conflict energy. It involves multiple people. So this may not just be one person giving you the cold shoulder. 7 of elixirs. We've got options here. So, you know, but you are going to persevere. So even if you have the option or you're deciding to maybe step away or not to pursue this thing because of the response from other people, this is saying like, hey, you've got a lot of options. You don't need to, let's assess them first, right? Before we make a rash decision. Knight of coins, Knight of rods, and the Queen of wands in reverse. I mean, the message I really want to say here is that please do not compromise your values. Please do not compromise yourself, your passions for other people who can't see the same vision. Or if they do see the vision, they're not at the same level of frequency or understanding that you are to, I guess, to why you're really embarking on this journey. So this is kind of an advice to stay grounded a little bit too with that pentacle energy of the earth. This is really about you choosing yourself here. I'm really strongly getting that. Choosing yourself and choosing, like, tell me more about the 7 of elixirs. I kind of want to know more about the 7 of cups, like the options that you're considering here. Tell me more about your options. The 2 of swords in reverse. To me, this is an indecisive card in the upright, but to me, with it being in reverse, I feel like this is you knowing the decision. Like, you're not actually confused on the decision. You know the true decision, but it's playing out in your mind as if you don't know the solution to the situation, but you do. The King of Rods in reverse. So this really could be a relationship that has dissolved because you came out as the Queen of Wands in reverse, and now we have the King of Wands in reverse. So this really could just be somebody, this could be a connection that's falling apart because of the choice that you are going to make if you haven't already made it. A lot of reversal energy here. This is crazy. Yeah, the Ace of Cups in reverse and the 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay, well, that's a good one. So Ace of Cups in reverse kind of sucks. Back to that romantic connection falling apart. But the 5 of Cups in reverse is good because it's like there might kind of be light at the end of this tunnel for you where you see the tower around you, you see the things, the spilled cups in front of you that aren't really working out, but you understand that there is optimism behind everything and that there is hope in this choice, in this decision. Any final messages from the tarot, please? I do think I'm going to get back into the astrology, like the zodiac signs for readings, but I've just been kind of called to just do general readings lately, but I will get back into it, I think. Knight of Wands, 5 of Swords, 6 of Rods, again in the upright. So this kind of feels like you're coming out of the future for you in this is that you will be able to look around you, see the people who've dropped their swords, see the people who've dropped off, fallen off the path, walking with you. And you're going to be just fine with that because you're going to ride into battle with that 6 of Wands, feeling proud of the decision that you made. And you're going to move into your passions because we have that Knight of Rods. That's kind of what you're embodying. We're coming through as the feminine, but now you're kind of starting to embody a little bit more of like a logical or masculine kind of energy, but it's rooted in the passion. Like we have, I mean, you and this person came out as fire signs. So you could be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. That could be you or this other person or both. But you really are getting clear on what it is you want to move towards. So I think that's a really positive message overall. Let's see if there's any other oracle from the authenticity or audacity, the audacity deck. Also, I do include in the description box a link to all of my my tarot deck bookshelf, basically. It's a digital bookshelf where I have literally little images of every single tarot and oracle deck that I own. And so it's a little link to Amazon. So if you are interested in any of them, if you find any of the decks particularly beautiful, I have that link there for you to purchase them. And it gives me a little commission. So that's a nice way to support the channel, in addition to leaving a like, subscribe, and comment. We have the fair weather friend. Ooh, this kind of hits hard. Okay, so if this is not a romantic connection, if it's just a soulmate, you know, soulmates don't have to be partners or relationships. soulmates can be people that you just kind of meet on a whim. But what's funny is like fair weather friends. So it's like, you know, only when you're giving, so that goes back to that Six of Pentacles we had in the beginning. Only when you're giving to them in the way that they want is when they're gonna give to you, basically. It's like, if only when things are good, only when things are good for them, or however things are suiting them is when they come around. So yeah, so this may not be a relationship at all, or a connection like romantically. It could just be a friend, it could be a friend or family member. But yeah, it's a fair weather friend. So I guess that was just sort of like maybe somebody who wasn't sure if they were connecting with this reading, because I was talking about fertility in the beginning and like leaving a romance. This is to tell that person, if you're still here listening, that no, this could very much just be a fair weather friend type of situation as well. So that might kind of resonated for somebody that like, oh yep, now I know who this reading was talking about. It makes sense now. Okay, well hopefully you got something from that. Again, drop in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, I like to say at the end of my readings, we will see you next time.